I believe that every plot, no matter how challenging, is just a beautiful garden waiting to emerge.
So my team and I,
Monsoon.
are coming to the aid of some extraordinary people
Hello.
And this must be Izzy.
Oh my gosh!
and turning their unloved outdoor spaces
Well, it isn't a garden at all, is it?
into breathtaking gardens.
Alan. Welcome to Love Your Garden.
I've come to the market town of Wisbech in Cambridgeshire.
I'm here to meet Luke Simpson of the Royal Engineers, a man who served his country at enormous personal cost.
34-year-old Luke Simpson, or Simo to his mates, joined the army in 1998.
He hadn't been in the army long and he went to Kosovo, which was pretty scary, because it was the first time. And then he went to Iraq twice and then had a couple of years in between, then he went to Afghan.
Luke was a team leader in the bomb disposal unit whose job is to search for and disable IEDs. Improvised explosive devices have killed more than half the British soldiers who've lost their lives in Afghanistan. And in September 2010, Luke was coming to the end of a gruelling 6-month tour of duty.
They'd gone back to Camp Bastion because they'd only got 16 days to do before he came home. And I thought, he's back out of danger, he's not going on any more jobs. But apparently 2 Danish soldiers had been killed and they were sent to make the way safe for the medics to go and reclaim the bodies.
He was supposed to be clearing the area of the explosive devices. For whatever reason, this device was not picked up. He trod on it, it exploded.
We got that dreadful phone call, which is what you just never want to sort of hear.
With severe injuries to both legs, Luke was flown back to the UK and put in intensive care.
I just felt sick because I didn't know whether he was going to just be Luke anymore.
The doctors come along and they tell us he's still got his leg, but it's so smashed and crushed and there's nothing left inside. He said there's 2 things we can do. He said we can try and patch it all up, taking bits of bone from here and there and try and get it going. He said, well, we can amputate. Cost just turned around and said, take it off.
I think it was a very, very difficult decision, and again, a very brave one.
After months of rehabilitation, Luke was eventually discharged from the army. He and his wife Jackie moved to a house in Wisbech, which came with a good-sized garden. But taming it has proved to be a real challenge for Luke. And that's where we come in.
Neither Luke nor Jackie know that I'm coming. Time to break the good news. Luke. Oh my lord.
Hello.
Come and say hello.
No way. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Come and say hello. Nice to see you. Hello to you. Sorry to shock you on this lovely afternoon. How are you?
I was not expecting that. I was planning on babysitting for my cousin all day today.
Really, look, there you are. I'm sorry.
We were just talking about doing gardening and stuff. So.
Because it's a bit difficult for you now.
Yes, it certainly is.
Well, you better let me go and have a look at it and just
I
see
would
what I can,
love to let you
see
have a
what
look
I
at
can
it.
see.
Let's go.
Follow you in. Oh, a pond.
Yes.
So,
Yes, my pride and joy. I dug that myself.
did you really?
Yeah. With injuries.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
tough.
That was a hard couple of days. I've always said I'd like a bigger pond, but digging that out almost killed me. So doing that myself, it probably would finish me off.
What does your garden mean to you?
Everything, because I had, I have got PTSD as well.
Post-traumatic
Stress disorder, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just basically your emotions just play over time.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling a bit down, I can just come out, take a seat, watch the fish and just chill out.
That's what we want, to be peaceful, so that if you have a stressful day, you can come out here and relax and wind down.
Yeah.
So that's our main sort of purpose to the garden.
So what would you say if I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll get a few friends and we'll come around and we'll see if we can transform this patch of earth that you clearly love and are frustrated that you can't turn into the garden of your dreams. If we did it for you, what would you say?
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing, and thank you very, very much. I would owe you a pint.
I'm a sucker for a pint.
It's clear how much this garden could really help Luke. So it's up to us to make it somewhere that will inspire him as he continues with his recovery. So while I dispatch the couple for a few days R&R, the boys get stuck in. Leaving me and my trusty squad, Privates Rushworth, Top Hill and Dominey, to reveal our plan for Corporal Simpson's new garden. On one side of the triangular plot, next to David's spiral raised bed, we're laying a circular lawn, surrounded by cottage garden planting. On the other side, stone paving leads from a patio entertainment area, past a new summer house, to a new pond and waterfall. While the team rescue Luke's beloved fish and start creating a new home for them, I've come to the village of Lode. This is a modern take on the classic cottage garden. Traditional cottage gardens were created behind the dwellings of the working classes, a mixture of vegetables, fruit, and a few flowers. They didn't contain a lot in the way of design, which is where this one is quite different. Here, large crescent-shaped beds overlap one another, but unlike a traditional cottage garden plot, their contents don't spill over the edges. As a result, the lawn becomes a perfect snaking path, revealing hidden treats around every corner. It's this flawless combination of traditional and modern that I think Luke and Jackie would love in their garden. And David's wasting no time. He's expanding the pond so it's more in proportion with the rest of the plot. He's adding something rather special in one corner.
This is where the waterfall is, and the water will cascade in. Over here, this is our deeper section, which is going to be great for the fish that are in here. We put this framework around the outside, really just to retain the soil and make sure that we get our levels. And finally, we've got a shallower area. All we've got to do now is line it.
Now, I was quite keen for David not to remove this silver birch. It's a lovely focal point at the end of the garden. It gives dapple shade, and I want to fill in with foliage that's banking down from that corner and spreading like a carpet around this tree. It will, of course, need to be shade tolerant. There's not a lot of light coming through here, so I'm going to start at the back with this, a Victorian favourite, spotted laurel, a Cuba, and this will be my big one at the back, and I'll fall away forward from it. When you're planting onto trees like this, you need to make sure that the ground isn't absolutely riddled with tree roots, because if it is, it'll suck all the moisture or nutrition out and there'll be nothing left for this. For the second tier, I'm planting 3 hydrangeas, but close to the front, we need a bit of sparkle. Things like these creeping dead nettles, this is a variety called White Nancy, which has got really bright leaves, sort of marbled with silver, and white flowers right the way through the summer. That's going to lift it. And in front of these, I'm adding hardy geraniums, which will provide a thick rug of ground cover throughout the summer. There we are. That's the lot. I've now got this sort of graded bank going round this area here, which is going to be a seating area. So they'll be surrounded by colour, and I've got 1 or 2 things in here for scent as well, with a view right down the garden. And like any good cottage garden, we're including areas for growing vegetables. And the boys have come up with a novel way to make it easier for Luke to maintain.
Now what we're doing here to actually make the raised bed is using these rustic poles, and we're putting them in a beautiful spiral, all stepping up 10 mil by each post as it comes up to the top.
Cultivating a new veg plot will really help Luke with his physical rehabilitation.
There we are.
Now usually when planting a cottage style border, you would put your tall things at the back and work your way down in height to the front. But because this is more or less an island bed, it's got to be viewed from both this side and that side. I'm putting my taller things down the middle here. So I've more or less got everything in place. I've just got to get them planted. You want everything to look like it's kind of jostling for position, and it just adds this informality of style that we're trying to create. Now this is an apeta, and it's a wonderful plant. It gives these stunning lavender blue clouds of flower, and I'm putting it with this achillea because the contrasting shapes. I've got this lovely spire of catmint on apeta, and then this lovely flat head of achillea, and the salmon pink and the blue look fab together.
Common myth that cottage gardening is really high maintenance, and of course it can be if you want it to be, but for Luke and Jackie I want to create the same effect without necessarily requiring the same amount of care for each plant. Two species that require hardly any care at all are this Alchemilla mollis, or lady's mantle. Now it's a lovely plant for the front of a border because it softens the edges, it keeps this lovely cushiony form, and when water falls on these furry leaves just looks absolutely stunning. Now to keep this looking good, just cut it back once it gets a bit leggy and a bit messy, and it will form a lovely clump all over again in the same season. Now this is Nicotiana sylvestris. It's an ornamental tobacco plant and it's beautiful. These lovely long white flowers which are really beautifully scented. All these flowers will turn to seeds and then they'll self-seed throughout the border and grow up next year. So if you choose your plants carefully, then you actually save yourself a lot of work with a flower border.
Here in Wisbech, all is not entirely rosy. Now the pond is 3 times bigger than it used to be, Luke and Jackie might have trouble getting to my new seating area.
It's going to be frustrating if you have to do a great long journey around the edge every time you want to come and sit on the bench.
We've still got that to do. All this area here, we're going to need more help.
But I've got an idea, and I know just the men for the job. We're building a new cottage-style garden for recently retired soldier Luke Simpson and his wife Jackie. And we've got access problems with our pond. If you can't get round it, the answer is to go over it with a bridge. And who better to build it than Luke's former colleagues from the Royal Engineers? These boys are used to building bridges to support tanks, so it should be structurally sound.
It's not going to collapse or anything when he's halfway across, or...
Just use a lot of nails.
A good painter like Dex will cover up any mistakes that me, Chris, Jack have made.
When he's upside down in the pond, he'll be thinking well of you, won't he?
In the back, our 2 raised beds are ready for planting. Francis fills one with a combination of flowers and tomatoes. Katie is turning the other into a helter-skelter of produce.
Now this area of the garden only gets sun in the morning, so it's going to get shade for the rest of the day. Now don't let that put you off growing veg, you just have to grow the appropriate things. At the top here, I'm putting in some beetroot, and I love beetroot. They have this amazing foliage colour and they grow really close together in little clumps, and you can either pick them young, so they're nice and small, or leave them until they become nice, big and round. Now this plant is red vein sorrel, and you can see it's got this fabulous leaf which contrasts brilliantly with this French bean. Now I'm just going to pop it in clusters because you just harvest the leaves, so it won't mind being kind of cramped together and you can pick it while it's nice and young.
One good thing about growing in partial shade is that it can stop some plants like lettuce and spinach from bolting and running to seed too quickly. Meanwhile, we've hit a new snag with the pond. The waterfall seems reluctant to put in an appearance.
It's bubbling on, there's not a lot of water coming down here yet, David. So any minute now, it should be a raging torrent, a veritable Niagara.
Here it comes.
You know they have waterfall tuners in Japan? They do their people employed to tune waterfalls so they don't sound like urinating horses. Lovely. Just the other way up. That way.
So to create a more pleasing effect,
It's a lovely sound, isn't it?
It's a bit babbling brook.
we're carefully adjusting the different levels of slate.
It's coming, it's getting better all the time.
And with that job done,
I think we're going to have to go in that way.
the new bridge can now take pride of place.
You in?
Wow!
Needs to go here, so take your time.
Okay, step over. I'm down.
Whoa, that's it. Gentlemen, I'm coming over. Crossing the water. Thank you very much. Bless you. It's great to see you.
Cheers.
Thanks for helping us out. Well, thanks a lot, we will crack on. Right.
Thanks to the girls, the plants are going in thick and fast. But this wouldn't be a cottage garden without one variety in particular.
The major pruning of roses takes place in winter any time between November and March, but it's a good idea to keep going over your bushes, deadheading them, and that means taking off the faded flowers. If you've got a head like this, which has got one faded bloom in the centre, simply snip that out. That'll let all those other buds open properly. But once all the flowers are faded on the stem, you can take that stem a little bit further back, a good 6 to 9 inches.
We're marching on to the end of our road here as we bring fresh look and purpose to the Simpsons garden. The time has come to plant up the pond.
Deeper, I thought.
But unfortunately for me, not only is it now 3 times bigger,
It must have been a long way down.
it's 3 times deeper. So the water lilies need a bit of help to get started.
I've raised them up on bricks because these long stalks aren't quite long enough to reach from the bottom. But over the next few days, and it really is days, not weeks, they will elongate and the bricks can be removed from underneath by one of Luke's mates and it gradually lowered to the base. And it'll be fine.
With every area of the garden now rich in colour, we've nearly finished. Luke is retraining as a locksmith, so we're giving him a helping hand. And with just one final crossing, the Simpsons garden is ready.
In the risk of sounding like young Mr. Grace, you've all done very well. Thank you. Great. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's go and bring the soldier home.
Just a few days ago, this garden was a frustration to Luke. Despite his best efforts, it was not the tranquil space he and Jackie craved. Now it's reborn as an inspiring and soothing cottage garden. Next to the kitchen is a spiral raised bed for Luke to spend pain-free hours nurturing his own fruit and veg. A spacious patio made of rustic pavers provides a year-round dining area, with a combined outdoor fireplace and barbecue. Next to that is the new summer house, perfectly equipped to help Luke in his new career. But we've saved the real magic for the back of the garden. A journey over a wooden bridge leads to a cosy seating area, where Luke and his fish can enjoy their new pond, accompanied by the sound of a babbling brook. For more information on how we built this garden, go to itv.com/Alan. 3 years ago, Luke made a huge sacrifice for his country.
Another step now then, Luke.
I hope this garden will, in some small way, help ease his pain.
And then I'm going to say, open your eyes.
Oh, no way! Oh, that is amazing.
Oh,
That is absolutely amazing.
this is
This is
gorgeous.
beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
You've got a veg patch behind you.
Oh, hello.
I love my vegetables.
Doghouse as well.
We knew you wanted somewhere to do a bit of
Yes,
work.
there's a lot.
Oh my god.
So,
Timo's man cave. Timo's man cave. On the front. Oh, Alan. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
All the boys.
that's me and the lads.
This is
Oh, mate, this is better than I could expect. That is
great.
wicked.
This is wonderful.
Would you like to come across the bridge?
Adapt and overcome.
Oh, get in. Definitely adapt and overcome.
Have a seat.
Luke and Jackie.
That's amazing.
You told me you like the sound of running water, so I got.
Yes.
So I can fall asleep now. Yep, I can definitely see myself here tomorrow morning.
Glad you like it.
And that rock is just in the right place for me to rest my leg. Perfect.
Yeah.
You're good at your job.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little help.
You're all really good.
I haven't smiled this much for years.
No.
And we've one more surprise for Luke. A special visit from the Danish Defence Attaché.
You all right?
How do you do? Martin Anderson. And I've actually come to thank you, Luke.
Oh.
On behalf of the Danish Chief of Defence Staff, Danish Armed Forces.
That's very nice of you.
And not least on behalf of the families of the 2 Danish soldiers.
Yeah.
What you did on that day was incredibly brave and unselfish. I also know that it changed your life, but rest assured that Denmark will never ever forget what you did that day. Many, many thanks.
Thank you.
Shall we have a glass or something?
I think so.
Funny.
It's amazing.
You right?
Over the past few years, we've become much more aware of the sacrifices our troops make on our behalf. And Luke is an obvious example. To help him get to grips with his garden, a garden he loves, it's been a great privilege and a great pleasure. Hopefully, he and Jackie, and whatever comes with them, for many years of enjoyment in it. Till the next time I love your garden. Bye-bye.